So we wanted in 50 years when they open this time capsule, so that's going to be in 2071, we wanted them to understand what life was like for us this first year at Veterans Memorial. So some of our staff members are going to help me, and we're going to do a show and tell of everything we're putting into our time capsule. This box up here, give me your eagle sign if you can see it. This box was signed by all of our staff members, and all of the things that we're putting in are going straight into this. And then it's going into the 2020. So right inside of there, it's cut out, so the time capsule will fit right into what we call the date stone. And then, give me your eagle sign if you see the hole in our building. The time stone goes straight in there. So that's where our time capsule is going to be stored for the next 50 years. So the first thing that we're putting into the time capsule is the newspaper article from our groundbreaking. And one of our Veterans Memorial students was part of that. Chase Godesky is in this picture, so he will be part of our history. He helped at our groundbreaking. We also have the invitation from the groundbreaking, and there was a necklace given out at the groundbreaking, so we have that in here as well. Then we also have these are called dashboards. These were during the construction meetings when the building was being built. Every other week we held a construction meeting to talk about how the building was going and the different projects. And everybody in the meeting got dashboards. So I have 2 different dashboards here that are in here to go with the time capsule so they understand what it was like to build. All right, give me 1 second. I gotta put the mic down. Then we also have a map of the building so they understand what the building looked like, because maybe in 50 years they will have changed some of it. And we have the teachers' room numbers on here. We also have a picture of our playground, because maybe in 15 years that'll look different too. And then we have some letters. Put your eagle sign up if you remember helping your class write a letter. So I'm going to read my letter to you, and then I'm going to highlight some of the student letters. Dear future Veterans Memorial School community, as I write this letter, I'm sitting out in our beautiful outdoor learning space in the courtyard, enjoying a warm breeze on a sunny May afternoon. There is a class of 12 students playing a game with their teacher on the other side of the courtyard. This is a special day for these students because they are virtual students this year. This means they completed all of their learning at home. Today, the students are at school to take a state assessment, the PSSA. They are the only students in the building today. The rest of our student population is home for e-learning. On an e-learning day, teachers in their classrooms meet virtually with students to teach lessons and go over work. By staying home, custodial staff has time to disinfect the building. This has certainly been a different kind of year. I'm sure by now you've heard about the COVID-19 pandemic and the effects it has had on the world. It has touched everyone's lives, from medical professionals to educators and to our youngest students. Our lives have been forever changed. I am sure in the 50 years this letter sits idle, waiting for the next person to read it, the whole world will have significantly changed. Not all from the pandemic, but from life evolving and hopefully improving for the masses. I don't want you to think this inaugural school year was an unsuccessful year. It was quite the opposite. As educators, we learned how to use many new pieces of technology to meet the needs of our students. We were still able to hold assemblies and different events throughout the year, but we had to do them virtually. We established an entire new school community. Opening a new school building in the middle of a pandemic was no easy undertaking, but we were blessed with the most amazing staff, a staff who came to work prepared to engage their students in new and creative ways while keeping students socially distanced and safe, and a staff who volunteered to go above and beyond with making students feel comfortable in a new school with new faces and new school procedures. One thing I hope that hasn't changed over the years is the school's expectations for students to soar. Our school-wide positive behavior plan's motto is we soar to greatness by being safe, showing ownership, having a positive attitude, and being respectful. We teach our students how to soar in all areas of our building. We strive to have kind and caring children who are passionate about learning, creating, and collaborating. Throughout the changes in history, I hope these core values are still ingrained in the school's philosophy. I hope the last 50 years have been filled with thousands of students who've laughed, smiled, learned to read, and found their love of learning at Veterans. I hope the staff still goes above and beyond for the students and the families. I hope the building is still beautiful. Veterans Memorial and the people in it will always hold a special place in my heart. Please take care of it and each other so the students can soar for another 50 years. With love, Mrs. Dopera. All of your letters touched on the fact that this year was a different kind of school year, but that you enjoyed being here and you loved learning. Some of your favorite times of day were recess, lunch, from our kindergarten friends, snack time in the courtyard, our encores, and we loved earning prizes in class. I love that some of you talked about the toys that were popular in the TV shows that you watched, so in 50 years they'll be able to look back and find out what those were. We talked about The Sandlot and Home Alone, Moana, the Yes Day movie, Nightmare Before Christmas, and Transformers. Some of you really went into explaining what it meant to be hybrid and only come to school 2 days a week. You guys did an amazing job with these letters, and I think our future Veterans Memorial students will really understand what a day was like in your lives. I would now like Mrs. Gruen to come up. Oh, sorry, Mrs. Rosen.
Hi boys and girls, how are you all doing today? I'm so happy to see you all out there, so excited. So the items that I have are a face mask, which you are all wearing right now, and we felt like that was something really unique about our school year this year. I also have a vaccination card. We know your mommies and daddies and the teachers, a lot of them have gotten a vaccine for the COVID virus, and so this proves that you had that vaccine. And then another thing that we have in here is a rope that measures 6 feet. You all know that in your classrooms we've had to keep a 6-foot distance from each other so that we could all stay healthy this year. And the last item that I have here is some hand sanitizer. Who has used hand sanitizer today? All your hands should be up. You've probably used it a few times today because that's another main thing that we've used to stay healthy this year. Oh, and we have our face shield, which some of you might have as well. All right, so thank you for letting me share those items with you today. Now Mrs. Gruen will be next.
Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. We're going to talk about some of the things that we did at the beginning of the school year. So the first thing that happened, and this was so exciting for me and all the other teachers, was we got a QR code. That's one of those squares that has the picture in it, and it told us about the building, because none of us had been inside the building before. So it showed us a picture of the building, and it gave us a tour, and we got to see where the different classrooms were going to be, and this was so exciting for us. So that was the first thing that we have to put in. The next item is a gift that Mrs. Dopera made for all of us, and I'm wearing mine right now. It's a lanyard. They're very pretty, and we all wear our name tags on there that says that we're a teacher at Veterans Memorial. So this is a really special item to go in our box today. After that, this is the Welcome to Parkland brochure. So some of you might have seen this brochure before when you're new to the district or you're just starting out. So it talks about all the different schools at Parkland. It talks about how Parkland is talking about excellence in academics, arts, and athletics. And it tells you all about the wonderful things that you have access to as part of being a member of the school district. Okay. This is an event that happened earlier this spring. It was our Veterans Memorial building dedication. And it was a really special event. A lot of our 5th graders performed at this event. We had many local leaders that came and spoke, and we got to honor veterans as part of the ceremony. And some people from the community, of our school board members and leaders, got to come and tour the new school. So it was a really special event, and this is a brochure that goes with that. And a lot of our names are in this brochure. Okay? And now for Mrs. Huff and Miss Young.
Hi, boys and girls. I'm just going to share a couple items with you. And Miss Huff is going to hold them up for me. We have a staff composite. That means a picture of all the staff and teachers here is going to go in there so they know who were the first teachers were here at Veterans Memorial. We also have grade level composites, those big posters you took home with all of your classmates on them. One of those for each grade level is going to go in the box as well, so they know all of the students who were here when our school opened. We're also going to put a yearbook in there. That means so they can go back and look and see all the fun things that we did at Veterans Memorial our first year here. And the very last thing is, I think, just a little poster with all of our 5th grade band students on it so that they can know who the very first band students here were in 5th grade. And next we have Mrs. Beddix. Boys and girls, I was in charge of bringing today's newspaper, the Morning Call. So when students in 50 years open this, they'll know what happened 50 years ago on this exact day. And on the front cover, there's an article about an animal shelter around here. And on the front page of the sports is a picture of the Sixers game from yesterday afternoon. So those are just 2 fun things that are in today's paper, so people remember what happened 50 years ago on this exact same day. So the Morning Call, our local paper. And next is Mrs. Kavanaugh and Miss Johnson.
Hello everyone, I'm Miss Johnson. So we have the 10 top most downloaded apps of 2021 here. Number 10 was Netflix, then we have Facebook Messenger, Snapchat, Telegram, WhatsApp, Google Meet, Zoom. Then for our 3rd place we have Facebook, 2nd place was Instagram, and our 1st place is TikTok.
Hello everybody. This is a brief snapshot of what the year was like money-wise in 2021. There are a few prices of a gallon of gas, the average price of a new home. The #1 movie was Godzilla vs. Kong. I didn't see that one. Top country song, 23 by Chase Beckham. And the top pop song was What's Next by Drake. So just a few little memories of the year and what was hot. Mrs. Gergar is next.
Hi boys and girls, I'm Mrs. Gergar. If you don't know who I am, I'm the reading specialist in the building. So since I love books and learning, I asked Mrs. Reiner, who's right next to me, what the top books were that were checked out of the library by all of you this school year. So I'm going to need your help. I'm going to start the title, and I want to see if you can finish it, since this is such a popular book. This one is a picture book. Are you ready? See if you can finish it. If you give a mouse a... You got it. If you give a mouse a cookie. Okay, the next one is a novel. So this is for some of my older kids. Let's see if you know it. The One and Only... Fabulous job. I can tell you did some great reading. Those books are going to go into our time capsule. And here I have Mrs. Reiner.
Okay.
What we're putting in from our media center is our media center newsletter. Each month, boys and girls, you know what we do in the media center, and I know what we do. I know what we're reading, we know what games we're playing, we know what we're learning, we know what authors we're learning about. But in 50 years, they're not going to know. So each month, our media center put out a newsletter online. Lots of you have seen it in the media center as well. So we're putting all of the samples from each month inside that binder. Also, and I'm not sure students know about this, Mrs. Dopera publishes each week for the teachers a little letter called the Vet's Voice, and it tells all of the teachers all of the facts about what's happening each week. Special dates, special assemblies like today, and each week we get one. So we're just going to put one of those in there to represent what the teachers need to know at each week here at Veterans. Okay, Mrs. Adlard is next. Stay cool, boys and girls.
Thank you. First off, I want to say good job. I know it's hot. You guys are doing a great job. So really quick from me, guess what I have? My Canvas night photo. Give me an eagle sign if you did Canvas night with me, whether you did it live or you did it later on, because we kept it. Good job. So we're going to put in my little sample. Along with this is the information about our PTO, which is our parent-teacher organization. And they list the name of our officers. If anybody knows what they do, they run special events and fundraisers for our school to have fun. So thank goodness for them, because that's how we were able to do our Canvas night. Up next is Mr. Beitelman.
Hi, boys and girls. So we're also going to put in some stuff in our time capsule here. We're going to definitely put our Pledge of Allegiance, because we say that every morning. And we're also putting in our Eagles Clause of being safe, showing ownership, having a positive attitude, and being respectful to all. I'm also going to put in there our Golden Feather. How many of you have gotten a Golden Feather this year? Give me a golden eagle, or your eagle sign. So we're going to put a Golden Feather in there, as well as the certificate that all of you got, if you've gotten one of those this year. All right? Oh, hello, SOAR. Next, we are also going to be putting in there our problem solution sheets. Sometimes Mrs. Dopera and I talk with kids about how to make better choices, and that's why we come to school, to learn how to do things better. And we also put in there our crisis plan, our school crisis plan. Just weather emergencies and fire drills and things like that. So maybe those will change in 50 years, but we'll see. SOAR. SOAR is next, and Mr. Howard.
How's it going, Eagles? So we got SOAR here, our mascot. SOAR wrote some things down because he can't talk today. So today we are putting in a little SOAR into the time capsule. And then we are also putting a Veterans Memorial shirt as well to show our swag in 50 years. What I have for you today is a Chromebook, or here, we'll go with the photo book. And in the photo book, we have construction pictures from books and KCBA. We also have pictures from the dedication, and we also have other pictures of technology and science projects, staff pictures, students' photos. The first day we named our eagle SOAR. So lots of fun stuff in that photo book. And then our next item we have is a Chromebook. So we all have a Chromebook. This Chromebook will not have a battery in it, just in case it will destroy everything. So we are putting the battery and the charger in somewhere else into the building. And then we are also putting a flash drive into the time capsule where it shows all of our digital stuff, which shows all of our assemblies we did this year, as well as our ribbon cutting and our dedication ceremony. We're going to put this footage in, and other pictures in the building, because behind us might look completely different in 50 years. So that's what we're going to show.
All right, boys and girls, it's now time for me to put everything into the box, and we're going to tape the lid on, and then we're going to put it into the date stone. So I will do this as fast as I can. Give me a minute.
So we have everything in Ziploc bags due to protect things because of the weather. So everything is perfectly sealed, and hopefully in 50 years everything will be great and ready to open. Wow, great organization by Mrs. DePero. Woo! We are duct taping it for extra security.
Hands off. Almost white. Keep your hands closed up. That's enough.
Can we all say, see you in 50 years? 3, 2, 1.
See you in 50 years!
A round of applause.
Thank you, Eagles. You guys were an awesome audience. I'm sure that you were warm. I'm going to turn this over to your teachers. You wait for your instructions on how they want you to stand up and go back into the building. Thank you all.